You're frozen him.
Welcome to the Talkin Trash Addiction Recovery Podcast. We suffered in silence. Now we recover out loud.
Good evening. Welcome to the Channel 4 6 o'clock news at 9. I'm your anchor, Jackpot, coming to you live from the Hump Tulips, Washington Waffle House and Chia Pet Store. Today's top story that we are following, the term erectile dysfunction will now be known as Balzheimer's. Good evening, Talkin Treasures. Welcome to episode 202. We have a very special guest tonight. Andrew L. all the way from South Carolina. I thought he was from South Regina, but that's okay. Now to a man who women find handsome and handy, Timmy Snyder.
Yeah, I don't know about either of those, but maybe. How's everybody doing tonight out there?
Doing awesome.
Crazy. We have a guest that is not Canadian. I didn't know that was possible. Apparently. Oh my God! The Montreal Canadiens have just defeated the Lightning. Oh my God! That was the goal.
Calm down, man's bread.
That was the goal. The backhand off of Vasilevsky. That was the game winner.
And honestly, in the second period, Montreal had 0 shots.
Yeah,
0 in the second period.
It's funny in Philly, and I feel the same way. Everybody is enjoying the playoffs because they're just like, we're supposed to lose. We're not supposed to be here. So if we lose, who gives a fuck? It's fun watching hockey that way. I don't usually feel like that. I usually want to punch everybody.
Do you got a Nordique shirt on?
There you go.
Sir. Look at that. Sorry.
So like, yeah, I couldn't find my Whalers shirt, Brad, because of playing Hurricanes. Get it? Anyway, we're doing things a little differently around here. What we're gonna do right off the bat, we're gonna come in house. We're gonna skip the preamble, but I made a decision that we're not. But bear with me. This is a problem.
Please join us in a moment of silence, followed by the Serenity Prayer.
God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Let's meet the team of Talkin Trash. We like to have fun around here.
I love that.
That was the Reader's Digest abridged version.
Yeah, I was having fun.
I've been reading it, you know.
So here we are. Yeah, the preamble. The preamble's on 201 other episodes. You can go look at it. Let's see here. All right, so we just go around here. This is my idea. I'm just sharing it with the world as we broadcast live, which is probably not how you're supposed to run a production, but I don't really give a shit.
Yes.
So we're gonna try. We're gonna do team intros. We're gonna do clean time. We're gonna do what else do we do, boys? Introductions, and we're gonna kind of break the ice. We're all gonna answer a set of questions. We're gonna answer the same ones real quick. Some of them are yes, no, and some may bring out beautiful. Yes, exactly.
No.
So we're looking at Bradley Mansfield.
Oh
here.
God, I gotta go first. I'm gonna lose this test.
Brad, and we go. And this is what we do. We go right to full screen. Boom. Brad Mansfield. No pressure. I'm going to show you the questions, and you feel free to answer them as we. Well, the first one is, what did you do today? What didn't you do today? What was there? One good thing? Was there a bad thing? And scale of 1 to 10, your disease's pain scale. I came up with that. So I'll leave it up as you answer, Brad.
What disease though?
Well, I mean, Hep C and addiction and being an addict. Valtrex. All right, so Brad, go ahead. What'd you do today?
Okay, so what I did today is I got up this morning at about 7 o'clock, and 3 of my friends and I went to Oak Island, which is Oak Lake golf course, and we did my first round of golf today. So that was fucking awesome. It was in really good shape. And
I was like, holy shit, he plays golf. I forgot.
I really love golf too. I spit shine that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All right. What did you do today, Brad?
Under par, over par, Bradley.
Buddy, I shot an 85.
Ooh, not bad for mini golf.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad for me. What didn't I do today? Well, me going golfing today, I probably neglected getting some shit done around the house because I'm still doing some painting in my hallway. So probably should have got that done too. So did not get that done.
I was thinking more like I didn't do drugs, but like, go ahead.
I definitely didn't do drugs or booze neither. So that's definitely a good one.
So what was the one good thing that happened to you today, Bradley?
You guys want to know? Well, I'll tell you.
Geez.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
What is it, Brad? Please tell us.
I'm kind of a hockey fan, and I'm also kind of a Montreal Canadiens fan. And Montreal just beat Tampa Bay Lightning in his So that's one really good thing that happened today.
Yeah, it's funny. I never talked about hockey on the show pretty much because nobody else cared, and I was like, whatever. Now I have a friend on the show, and both our teams are in the playoffs, and your team represents all of a nation. Oh my God,
no pressure.
This shit. You cannot script it. Unbelievable.
So one bad thing that happened is that Timmy brought that the fuck up. Thanks, buddy.
Friends are for.
So, disease pain scale, Brad. Well, I don't even know what it means, but you tell me.
Well, if we're gonna be on, I base that question on how I am today and how I feel today. I'm gonna call that a good 8.5. I never will give myself a 10 or a higher number because there's so much room for improvement. But I had an awesome day, good day hanging out with some friends. First round of golf. Hockey. So right now, Daddy's feeling good.
Listen, there are no wrong answers, but that one was wrong. Let me explain what I'm doing here. Like if you're in pain,
fail.
If you're in pain, I know. Now I'm gonna tell everybody because it's ridiculous. I don't know what it means anyway. So if you're in pain, if you go to the doc, if you're Tim Snyder in 2002 and you're in an ER faking an injury, what do you say your pain is? I'm like, it's a 10, it's a broken femur, whatever. And they give you Vicodin. So like I'm like the pain scale, like 1 is good and 10 is bad. So if your disease is up on you, so what did you say you were?
Okay, so that means I'm a 1.5. I'm a 1.5.
There it is. Now that we all understand what's going on,
gotcha.
That's good news. All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, who else do we have here? Oh, Jimmy Libel.
Well, I fucked that up, didn't I?
Yep. Well, I guess
we are learning.
It's like whatever he just did, I won't do it. I'm kidding, Brad.
It's an honor for me to choose you. I trust that you are gonna something. Oh, here's nope. We're not answering those questions. Jimmy, go ahead.
What did I do? Got up, walked the dog, did a meeting, washed my car. I'm just doing laundry. What didn't I do? I didn't do the carpets or vacuum later after the meeting. And get some pants on too. What was one good thing that happened today? A person that I've been kind of co-sponsoring or remote sponsoring, and he was really struggling. And he sent me a message about a month ago. He goes, I can't do this anymore. And he says, please stop. And I got a message about a week ago, and he asked me to send the step workbooks, and he's doing really good. He's very insular. I'll just leave it that way. And I'm really proud of him. I really am. Was there a bad thing? Just didn't get all the shit I done. Yeah, it was okay. Scale of 1 to 10, I'd say a 0.5. Like there's no pain from the disease. Like I can keep it in check. Just today, I'm keeping it in check. Right? It's not talking to me in my own voice. And if it does, I say, shut the fuck up.
Whose voice is it?
Well, yours will. My disease talks to me, and it's like, come on. And I'm like, go. And I'm like, not today, Satan. Hello, sinners. No.
Oh, my God.
Well, it is the place to be.
Moon, I was going to tell the boys before show, like as a pump-up thing. I tell everybody, you play a character on a show. But
whose show is it?
It's the role is you. It's your
my God,
best
Will.
gimmick.
I'm joking, my God, dude.
The character you play is you. So whatever. Fuck you guys. Anyway, Will.
Love it.
Hey,
Love it.
buddy, how are you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Jeez. Any other
I'm doing
Wills I
great.
can't see, none.
Video, audio.
Audio,
No,
video.
I'm just
Hey, I
joking.
can't help it.
Eiffel
All right,
Tower.
we have him at the moment, so let's just do
okay,
it. Oh, I
fire.
got him because he may disappear mid-sentence, and that happens. Will, what did you do today?
What did I do today? Well, I woke up. I did a lot today. I took all the stone that I had dug out of my yard up that I used as my border, and I went and bought some like new borders. I'm building a fence. Let's see.
Will
I
always
hung a mirror. I hung a mirror in the bathroom for my aunt, like a lot bigger mirror. I've been very productive today.
Yeah, I'm keeping a list. I mean,
I went to Home Depot, went to Walmart, went to the gas station. I'm still not done yet.
The itinerary idea is good. I like it. I like where we're headed with this. Yep, very interesting. Will, did you shit today at all?
Oh my God.
This morning after my coffee.
Great. Okay. So, is there
Clockwork.
a bad thing that happened in your day today? Will?
The bad thing today, it's not bad. It was just like, because I didn't have enough money to get everything I wanted, so therefore I had to limit. I had to choose.
That's when you.
But it's a good problem. It's a great problem, but it's
Well,
shitty.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Money sucks. Do you what didn't you get because you didn't have the money to?
I needed to buy was it 9 more 1x4x8s, and then another 8 deck boards, and I needed to buy a bag of Quick Creek, and then I need to buy some more Pebble and I needed to buy another 80 bags of black shredded
Of
mulch.
heroin, black tar heroin, yeah.
That
me
bitch,
too.
I don't know that shit.
80 bags.
I ain't-
Heroin. I don't know
That's
that's
a
the
lot
thing.
of
Chris Byrne, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Brad has spare
I got
sanding
one of those,
papers over
actually.
there to fix him. A Kate disc sander. Hello
I
to
do.
Laura. Hello to Rob Vargo out there.
What a fucking idiot.
I know, right?
Hey, are we done with me or no? My scale is 0.07.
That's ridiculous. All right. You guys are all winners. You're all won the big who's the best
What did we
checking
win?
competition. Nothing. You got everything you have. I gotta give you everything I got.
Don't pause winners.
Oh, speaking of winners, and Lara Gruber, I am so sorry, but I gave you guys something I didn't have. I didn't understand how it worked with our.
That's what I used to say.
And so I gave it to you publicly, and I'm going to take it away publicly. I'm an asshole. We're gonna do something else. I'll say in merch. Don't even worry about it. But there is no vouchers on our stupid merch page. Speaking of which, and I'm kind of annoyed at this fuck. It's a lot of work, boys. Speaking of which, we are 25, and you're welcome, everybody. I'm paying you guys to use this shit.
Thank you.
It's 25% off everything for whatever. That's all I can do for you. So there you go. What the hell? Oh my god! So I was showing Jimmy this shit. This is ridiculous. Let me explain it real quick. I was watching something, and it was so crazy that like the third time through, I start doing a screen capture of it so I can show it to all my friends. So what I didn't realize is when I do a screen capture, it actually records me in the background. I don't realize that. So I thought I ruined the video. I think I may have enhanced the video, but let's all take a look and then tell me what this
Has
thing
any
is.
clue what it is? I'm trying to make sense of it myself. Is that some sort of... That's not a foam finger that got caught up in the rainstorm, is it? Is that a balloon covered in dish soap? For those of you listening on the radio stream, I'd have to estimate it's about the length of one's leg. It touched down at about the first and second base split, halfway between the bags, and has now taken a course across the infield behind the mound over to third base side foul territory. It looks like a giant ice cube you might have pulled out of your fridge. Head groundskeeper Patrick Coakley, otherwise known as Irish, has come to scoop it up. Still have no clue what the unidentified object may be. Is it a big wisp of cotton candy that flew off the roof? Patrick's struggling to contain it. It's trying to float away. No one has any clue.
All right, what the? All right, really? Think about it.
That was from the airplane when they were doing the cloud seeding.
Okay. I mean, I heard the whole thing you said. I'm gonna. That's great.
What the hell?
So you guys everybody just saw it for the first time, and you're like trying to figure out what it is. Find that video, or just go back 30 seconds, watch it a few times, and it's absolutely hysterical. I love.
Did you end up finding out what it is?
No, why would I know what I just? Okay, take care of your bunnies, bud. Yeah, no,
lettuce.
lettuce.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was hysterical. But watching that, I watched that 50 times.
So was that you in the background giggling?
Yeah, I didn't know it picked me up. I was, and right at the end when they say Irish, that's the least funniest thing they said through the whole thing, and it took me over the edge. I was spitting. I Irish. Oh my god! All right, and now something that is funny but isn't. Oh my god! Post Malone during his concert, the floor gives way, and he goes ribs first into the butt. Ow! That hurts a lot. That really hurts a lot. Did you guys see that?
Ooh,
Just did first time.
Crazy,
First
right?
Yikes.
That's easy broken ribs. I mean, I've been in things like that. Like what's happening in front of you instantly isn't happening anymore, and now something else just happened.
I can't believe he didn't finish the concert.
Right? He's got a Blues jersey on. You'd think he'd show up like the men do, but no. That's all I have to entertain everybody. Oh wait, no, I don't. One way is this. Hold on, it's coming. Cam York eventually scored the overtime goal. He scored. What? He launches his stick. Brad, have you ever seen that? Anything like that?
No, but I picture some 3-year-old with a big dent in the side of their fucking head.
Right? Dude, I've never like the NHL goes. There is netting around 40% of the ice now because of this shit. People are getting killed at hockey games, and Cam York fires his fucking stick into the 8th row. I couldn't. They scored in overtime, and that actually stopped me. I'm like, he just throws fucking stick. Called my friend. He's like, I don't know what the fuck that was. So I thought it was funny. I don't know, Brad.
It's crazy.
I don't know. I just thought. It was
What do I
hysterical.
think? I think it's fucking awesome. That's cool as hell. But
Unless you got hit by a stick, well, you
But if he
probably did.
killed somebody, I mean, whatever. I don't know. All right.
60 stitches at the most.
All right. So we have a guest backstage, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Andrew Lidman. He seems like a lunatic, and I cannot wait
Love
to
it.
get him in here.
Better.
He is not in Canada. He is by me. He is in North Carolina. That is a state in the United States of
Are you
America.
sure?
America.
Okay.
America.
That's just me rambling. Oh, look, I have to fix
there's
the
Will.
cameras. Andrew, how you doing, buddy?
What's going on, guys? I'm doing pretty good.
Woohoo!
Jimmy, talk to Andrew for a minute, and while I fix things.
Okay. Actually, I invited Andrew about a month ago, and he was suggested by the original person, and I'm glad Andrew accepted. He's from South Carolina, and I asked him like, what's
North Carolina, not South Carolina.
Well, North Regina, South Regina, same thing.
There's a difference.
Okay, sorry. Well, we're gonna be the 51st anyway.
Sorry.
And I asked him like to get some deets on him. I said, well, like, what's your drug of choice? Well,
If they get their way, yeah. I mean, but who knows? You know, we'll see.
well, we'll burn down the White House again. That's okay. Anyway,
Hey,
so
go ahead. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
And he's listing off like his drugs of choice, right? And I'm like, right in this, and I said, and I'm like, guys, you got to listen to this. This is gonna be a fucking.
Jimmy thought it was hysterical that you are a trash can junkie.
And it's like, my God, but and just seeing him on Facebook, like he's really into recovery, and that's what you guys are gonna love him. I haven't heard his story. I'm looking forward to it. I love his accent because Canadians do not have accents.
Uh-huh. Oh, no, don't worry.
It's okay, eh? Well, Brad's got one.
Sorry.
Brad,
Sorry.
I just want to jump in real quick. Andrew, you're what having guests on is why we do this. And our lives have been changed by having guests on. They stick with us. There are people. We stay with them until they block us, which happens.
A lot.
Take off your hat. Can I see your beautiful face? Because you really can't see Andrew Lidman.
Look
There
at
he
that.
is.
Look at
The
that.
light-
Is that better? Can you
light
see? I
shine
thought the
in.
shadows was too much, so I put it back
No.
on. But
Oh, no.
Lighty
Okay.
is better.
Woohoo.
All right.
Nailed
so,
it.
Just
so what
look
we
at
usually
that.
do is we give you the floor to tell your story or say something super inappropriate. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. It's your show now. So like, let us know what's going on. We'll jump in, but I am yielding the floor over to our new friend Andrew Lidman to tell his story of recovery.
yeah, y'all can feel free to jump in if you got questions whenever.
We will.
But yeah, so my name's Andrew Lidman. I'm from a little town called Lincolnton, North Carolina. It's a little north of Charlotte. Been here all my life, fortunately, but unfortunately, kind of thing.
Yeah, I get it.
I was addicted to crystal meth for 14 years. And that was a lot of crazy shit in 14 years, really. I guess it's probably an understatement, and
Yeah.
so it all started back in 2009. A girl I was dating at the time introduced me to it. Before that, like back in college, young and dumb days, like I piddled around and I messed around with ecstasy, cocaine, pot, like all the normal stuff, I guess,
sure,
right? That
normal
we did, like, like ecstasy and cocaine were my first loves. And then I had both my boys, and I kind of straightened up for a little while, and then I met this woman at work. And we would go out and stuff and hang out, and I would do cocaine here and there or whatever. And when I found out she did meth, I was like, oh my God, and everything on my better half of my mind, told me to run the other way. But like, the people pleasing part of me, I guess, or like the other side was like, no, we can fix her, we can help her, blah, 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 and all this kind of shit. And like, how many times have we been stuck in times like that before, and whatever. Sure. And it's like, and so I was trying to do that, and then we were on the way home from the bar one night, and she's cutting out our lines, my line of cocaine and her line of meth, like on the mirror as we're driving back to the house. And she always did hers first, because I was always like, I'm not trying to do none of that, like I don't want to do that, whatever, and but anyway, she was like, here, do this, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, fine, give it here, and I did the wrong one, needless to say, and that fucked me up. Like that was pretty much all she wrote after that. Like I was like, what in the world did I just do? Because cocaine burns a little bit, but nothing like crystal does. No like that's a feeling like no other. So
no shit.
I was like, oh my God! I was like, what the hell did I just do? She was like, you just did my line, and I was like, fuck, sorry. Hell, when they're crushed up side by side, you can't really tell them apart. Right? So
let me. I am gonna real quick. Did you notice a difference between the high and what was that?
Oh hell yeah, of course I did. I was like cocaine. Within like 30 minutes or whatever. I was ready to do another freaking line. Like meth, I didn't touch it again for like fuck. That was the first time I did it, and it was a pretty good sized line. And I would say, hell, I didn't sleep none that night. Needless to say, I don't even think I slept the next night either, really. So
crazy.
It was pretty intense.
I'm trying to figure out what meth is. The last drug I did on this planet is meth, and like I found meth at 42 years old, whatever. I was in a bad place, and I'm used to doing a drug every once in a while to keep it going. Meth, it was like I was doing it like cocaine. I was administering it like heroin, and like I was out of my goddamn mind. I could have probably not touched any of it, but like I didn't know that it was such a stark difference. I just thought they're both uppers. I did cocaine, I understood cocaine, but meth, man, throw that into a midlife crisis, and fucking right, man, that
for
goes
sure.
sideways.
Yeah,
quick,
for sure. Like you think cocaine's good, but then you try meth, and it's like, yeah, like I'm never. And there were times in our addiction when I didn't like in my addiction when I couldn't get meth, and I would go back to cocaine, but like I would do like a 16th in like a matter of hours. Yeah. Just because it pales in comparison to the power of methamphetamines for sure. Like it was ridiculous.
So carry on. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just so curious about meth.
But yeah, so you know, I mean, it's and so after that night, I guess it was a couple days later at work. She used to work third shift, and I was on first shift, and I would come in and we would see each other in passing in the hallway. And she asked me, she was like, you know, well, what'd you think? And I was like, I've not fucking been to sleep since, you know what I'm saying, since like I woke up Saturday morning. She was like, is that good or bad? And I was like, I feel a little like I need to go to sleep, you know what I mean? And she's like, oh, you'll be fine, you know, whatever. Like, but so then I started doing it after that, like every weekend, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And that's the way it was for the first several years. Like it was one of those things where you know, at the end of the month, our bills were paid. You know, we had some extra money left over, like, hey, let's go get them. And it was only like, you know, we'd get like a half a gram or like 3/4 of a gram or something. And because back in 2010, you know, 2009, 2010, like prices were still fucking outrageous. Like it was like $300 an 8-ball around here for that shit like back then. So we were paying, you know, like $100 or a little more for, you know, a gram. And it was like, you know, we thought we were getting like this big, but it would last us for a whole week, you know, or longer. Like, I don't because it was good back then.
Yeah.
Say what?
That's crazy. I said, I don't understand the concept. Like I it doesn't sound like fun staying up for that long. But like, what are you doing? you use the drug.
I mean, for sure. Like,
and I'm gonna, the house.
Right. So like, I want to shift it that gear. Like, what happens in between those 72? Like you said, you used for what 14 years, or you were on meth for 14 years?
Yeah. OnlyFans page.
Right. So like, yeah. So you know, like, what is that? Fuck you, Will. I can't, you speak and I lose my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh yeah, what are you doing on meth? I mean, you were on 14 years of meth. So what fucking crazy shit did that lead you to? Sorry, go ahead.
So I mean, I never did nothing crazy. Like I never went like dumpster diving or, you know what I'm saying, like stripping wires and stuff like that. Like, you know, my thing was I took all 4 arts in high school, so I can paint and I could do like a lot, you know, and draw and stuff like that. So I would find picture, I would draw stuff, you know, and like I also got into glass bottle crafts for like a few years, and that was a lot of fun. Like I would paint like henna design, paisley designs and stuff like that on glass bottles. I used to make quags.
So I have to ask, are you making your own devices? Like, right, Will, you're thinking that?
Yeah, I was thinking
it.
Yeah,
like there's the crystal skull liquor that comes in like the skull shaped bottle.
Yeah.
I used to make them. I would drill the hole right between the eyes, like for the tube to stick down inside there, and then I would put another piece of tube inside the corked lid for like the mouthpiece. Those things were fucking awesome. Like,
I mean, Attic is so creative and like. I was talking to one of you three the other day.
Don't try this at home, kids.
How Attic,
please don't. Yeah, because it doesn't end well at all. Like.
Yeah, people know that they don't listen to
like I'm not trying like I'm not trying to condone any of this. I mean, I'm just sharing. I mean, and it's great that I'm in a position that I can look back at all of this and I can laugh and I can make jokes about it and stuff now. You know what I mean?
But that's exactly what it's about, because we've all been down a kind of shitty path. But if we can't show that life is enjoyable at this point in our recovery, it's not worth it. So you're doing it fucking right. That's for sure, buddy.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
But like, I have to like, our show, we're very, we're not edgy. We're just ourselves, normal people living in the real world, dealing with real shit. And we're addicts in recovery, in long-term recovery, all of us right now. And, you know, this show, it's parody. You know, it's like we want to laugh. We want to get to the root of why we feel like shit. And then we want to treat that together as a team. And we've been doing that. We're learning and we're getting there. But like, you know, to have a platform where we like kind of walk the line, you know, it opens up the doors for all ideas. You know, there's no one right way to recover. There's
oh hell no.
People do it 1,000 different
not
ways.
At all.
So that stringent black or white thing, we try to break the like we say, we won't tell you what to do, but we'll tell you how we did it. And that's just how we go. So you're in good company here. We don't glorify the past, but if we can look back on it, talk about it, laugh about it, and then put it in its place, that's good news, right? So like people sitting in the rehabs right now under 30 days, if you hear us talking about something and we're laughing about it, that's the gift that comes with being 2 years sober. And we're also very cautious what we say and how we say it. And we don't want to offend anybody, but we don't want to be fake either. What's the point? Why even come on here and do this? So
but I like how you bring up the past, Tim, too, right? Because at the end of the day, for the past, I don't want to ever forget that, because I like to peek back every now and then and be like, don't want to go down that road again. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's nice to keep it there, because those are things I don't want to fucking do again. So I hold on to it. I don't try to play back there too much, but I like to keep an eye on it because it's a fucking healthy reminder.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Andrew, I'll give the show right back to you. Take it over.
Oh, I was just gonna say, agree with him. Like that kind of ties into like the old adage of like playing the tape forward or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you can turn around and look back. Like I definitely don't want to go back and do that again, because we already know where that road's going to lead us. And in today's world, like with everything being cut and laced with fentanyl and stuff like that, like that's a road that if you do decide to go back down, that you very well might not make it back from. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
like, and I'm not willing to take that chance myself.
Okay. So you're in good company here. You're one of us. Minnesota scored. I mean, Colorado scored. So like you're in good company with us. Like we make jokes, whatever. We take responsibility for what we say on here. I don't know why I felt the need to just do a disclaimer, but I did. So you can take the show back.
Well, we were just talking about making quags and stuff. Yeah. So maybe a good disclaimer to put out there, So like glass bottle crafts and stuff, I mean, is what I like to do and stuff like that, and artwork and things like that. So I liked doing DIY things. I had like 1,000,001, still have 1,000,001 ideas on my Pinterest. You know what I'm saying? That
he's got a Pinterest.
And I probably started like 1,000 of them, and I finished like 10, because I would start one, I would get pissed off at it and be like, fuck this, I'm going to do this project instead. And then I'd start it, get mad at it, and throw it to the side and, whatever. Yeah. But
our people are interested in you. This is Laura Gruber, a good friend of ours. Your experience, how does the crash make you feel? Was it hard, like being hit by a truck? Or was it a gradual?
Oh, fuck crash? Yes. It was ridiculous. Like I hated it. The first day is not bad, but like that second day without, when your body starts emptying it out, you know what I'm saying? Like it was rough. There were days that I wouldn't have any, and I would go to work, you know what I'm saying? And I'd have like 3 or 4 NOSes in my cooler, and NOS energy drinks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would take like several of those to work, you know what I'm saying? And then my old lady for a little while, she was on Adipex, which is basically legal amphetamine, you know what I'm saying? Right, for weight loss or whatever.
Yep.
And I would try and take those, but like they don't hit on anything really either. Like, I mean, it was rough, you know what I'm saying? And there were days on the days I didn't have it, I'd go into work and I would spend more time hiding in the bathroom trying to sleep, or just stay hidden to where I wasn't having to do anything, because you don't have the energy to do anything. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Angie just answered Laura's question too. Angie's a good friend. For me, it was like getting hit by a Mack truck. You go down and it hits you again. It's horrible. With Colorado scored again, with psychosis and meth and amphetamines and shit like that, they mess you up in a totally different way. Like, alcohol does this to your brain. Opiates do this to your brain. What amphetamines do to your body when they're abused like this, the damage can be like almost irreversible. Crazy fucking people. Like, if you didn't get out, if you smoked meth, infinitely, you would end up nuts. And we met those people in rehab. We'll have
are you calling me nuts?
I mean, you got out just before, so you're like on the fence.
I mean, I'll take it.
But like, Will is our resident tweaker here, and he's like.
We had to interview him. Yeah.
Stopped when I was what? I'll be 44 this week, so it's been 3 years. Yeah, I'm in my 40s.
Laura loves Gruber. Today's drugs aren't the drugs I did. I won't be here.
They
for years
weren't.
again.
They're not.
Bethany. No,
They're
go ahead,
totally
Will.
different. The drugs are totally different from the early 2000s into the past. Like 10
Yeah,
years.
they are. They're completely
Absolutely
different. Like it's not a joke anymore, you know. Like and that's what I tell. And like both of my kids are in college. Like my one son, he goes to App State, and he just finished up his junior year, or getting ready to finish up his junior year. And I told him when he went up there, I was like, look, you know, I know you're going to college. Like I was in college not too long ago. I know what happens there. You know, just please be smart about what you're going to be doing up there. You know, like don't take pills from anybody. Anybody gives you anything to take, like tell them, you know what I'm saying, stick it up their ass, like whatever, like because there's a very good possibility that you could take that and not wait, you know what I'm saying, go to sleep and not wake up. I was like, it's not like it was 21 years ago whenever I was in college. You know, somebody could give me a pill and I could take it and I wasn't going to die. I might be fucked out of my mind, but I'm not going to wake up I'm not going to be in a freaking morgue with a toe tag on my foot either, you know?
No. Dude, we tell that's why our show probably still exists, because we scream from with our loudest voices, and we tell people there is no more dabbling in drugs. There's just no more of that.
No, there's not. You know, I mean,
parents used to send their kids to college with condoms. Now it's condoms and Narcan.
Narcan, yeah, right.
You know,
exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
I mean, you know,
So,
and you hear and you see Chantel post about it in Trap House testimonies, and you know, she's a very open advocate about talking about, you know, being open with your kids and being open with this younger generation, that like you really cannot go out there and experiment like we did, you know, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, like, because the landscape for drugs and partying and everything has changed so much. Like it's not cool anymore.
It's funny
that's another thing that I like to talk about is how Gen X and my generation, the millennials, we made partying cool. You know what I mean? Like you listen to our music and stuff, and like how all the trap music was and rap. You know, I'm drinking Cristal, I'm eating ecstasy, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, you know, we made all that shit cool. And now we're making recovery cool, which is like a pretty good full circle moment. And like, I think it's pretty awesome to see, you know,
it's a privilege because a lot of people didn't get this chance. A lot of people did that line of cocaine and they're gone. So that's why we exist. I'm glad you brought it up. And, you know, it's such an important job that we do. And you know, we don't get pats on the back for this or anything. You don't know the impact you have on somebody during a show. You don't know if you kept somebody from putting a needle in their vein or not. And that's not our job.
Exactly.
Our jobs are to heal together and show people how we do it. And show them that it's possible and that it's fun.
And be accountable for our own actions as well, right?
Absolutely.
For sure. You know, to be able to look in the mirror and say, that was my choice. Like, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one that did all this stuff, and I'm the reason that my life has turned out the way it has. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, to be able to do that, because that's another thing. And I was talking to somebody about this the other day, was, you know, accountability to this younger generation is really just a word in the dictionary or whatever. Like, they don't really know what that is, to take accountability for stuff. So, you know, for us to be able to do that shows other people like, hey, this is, you know.
Yeah. And that's actually for me, that's kind of, honestly, Andrew, that's where my recovery started. Once I could own my own fucking shit and, you know, admit the stuff that I did, my accountability, like, yeah, Brad, you fucking did that. Once that started happening in my, once that started happening in my mind, I actually started to recover. I'm still in recovery, but that's when it started for me, is when I owned my own fucking shit, as opposed to like, right. So I'm going to someone's house. Well, the first time I did blow was with this guy. It's going to be his fault. No, I'm the one that stuck it up my fucking face, so it's my fault.
Exactly.
So
because very rarely did any of us ever have a gun pointed to our heads and somebody said, you have to do this, you have to snort this line, you have to hit this glass pipe or I'm going to blow your brains out. Like, no, a lot of times it starts off as our own choice to do that stuff. And that's that's a really a big debate, you know, an argument online is, you know, like, is addiction a choice or is it a disease? And it's a choice to a certain degree. And that degree is different for every person because of how our brains are and how we're wired and everything. For some people, it's that first line. For other people, you might be able to do it for 6 months or a year or multiple years before you turn around and you're like, holy shit, I might have a drug problem here, you know?
Larry,
You
can
know
you
what?
jump in and answer what he just said? I think Larry would have a good take on it. Larry also says we've all done dumb shit. If we can laugh about it and present it in a way that doesn't sound like preaching, and keep one person from making the same mistake, it's all worth it. Absolutely, Larry is like our
Yes,
background.
yes, sir.
Makes
Yes, sir. Very well said.
And yeah, I mean, we gotta bring him on staff. And Angie said, by the time I was done, I had trouble on the max strength of antidepressant and going to trauma. She was working the steps. It was only last year that a doctor cut her down on the max dose. Yeah, it's like this shit. Like it doesn't matter if it's meth or heroin or whatever. It's going to rewire your brain. I mean, yes, is it a disease? Is it not a disease? We're waiting on Larry for that. But like, is it?
It's a disease.
Listen. But as an addict, like he just talked about accountability. When I heard the disease thing at first, like 38 years old in rehab, I was like, awesome. I'm not a reason.
I'm not to
asshole.
blame. Yeah.
I'm sick.
Yeah.
And like that felt like a cop out. And I used it as a cop out. And then as I got sober and lived recovery and white knuckle trying to figure it out, I realized that like shit, this stuff is real because it feels like a disease when I'm on it and I don't take it. That's when it feels like a disease. I get sick. I get physically sick. So to be in that kind of position to we're not here to define anything medically at all. No. We're just here to tell our experiences. And I personally, it fucking feels like a disease because it almost killed me a lot of numerous times. So, I went from the thought that that's bullshit. How are you going to give yourself a disease to, holy shit, this is fucked up. I'm glad they got an ICD-10 code for this because it's dual diagnosis. And
I really like how you said it too, Andrew. I never thought of it that way, and I'm glad you said that and shared that with me because it makes complete sense. How everybody's a little bit different when it comes, we'll say disease or whatever we want to call it, but addiction, period. How everybody's different because there are some people that go out there and fucking do a couple bangers or a couple fucking rips or whatever, and next thing you know, they could be hooked pretty quick. Some people gradually go into it, and then you mentioned the mental part of it, right? So that is so true. I think that's, depending on our mental stability, definitely comes hand in hand with our addiction on how we treat that as well too, right? I think.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, if you see things on the screen, it's just to give us a break, pick our nose or whatever.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry, everyone that's commented. Like I can't. Like we either have nobody talking to us, or I can't keep up with it. Laura says, from an addict's perspective, what was the deciding factor of doing the drug of choice? Peer pressure, just stop caring, experiment, all the above. I mean, what do you think, Andrew?
What was the deciding factor for me doing it?
Yeah. Well, let me give you a little context. Like, Laura is a sober human being. She's just smart and loves.
Like to begin with, for me, like for me to begin to start using, or like over time, like what was it like?
I think she means by like when you first start up, I think.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess it was. I guess it was.
What feels
peer
the best?
Pressure, really? I guess maybe.
That was my answer. What felt the best? That was it. Holy shit! When I did,
it was peer pressure, really. I guess I mean, and that was with any of it because, like, okay, so like the underlying thing to me that I've been able to identify thus far in my recovery, 27 months in, is like. I was ADHD. I am ADHD, and like so, I took Ritalin and Adderall for like up until I was in 10th grade. So like that had an underlying factor, but I was always kind of awkward too because of that. Like I've always had the people pleasing tendencies and things like that. So when I went to King's College, you take a small town kid and put him in the big city in Charlotte. And get in with the wrong crowd, I wanted people to like me, to accept me, to want to hang out with me. So I started drinking more, started, taking Xanaxes, Klonopins, doing ecstasy, and all this kind of stuff, because I wanted to be in that crowd, and I was in that crowd. So, peer pressure was, and like that whole saying, peer pressure's a motherfucker, and like it really is a lot of times, So.
Yep.
For me, that was really the deciding factor. Then when I was with my ex, that was the other thing was, I thought I could fix her, and then it was kind of one of those things. Well, if you can't beat them, join them, kind of deal, right? So
smoke them if you got them.
Exactly.
Angie on the bottom here, real quick. She says, "My first time was a choice. After that, it became a disease," and that's kind of how I feel about it. I mean, I really do. I'm responsible for picking up the drug to begin with, but I'm not responsible for putting it down. I needed help. I needed intervention. I needed somebody to step in and say, "You need help. You got to go." And I went and got help, and then I was responsible for my recovery. And how old are you, Andrew? Real quick.
I'll be 42 in July.
And I'm 43. So like all of us, we experienced cable TV, we experienced Blockbuster Video, we experienced dial
up. Yes. Oh my God.
Which Will is still on. We experienced
break the habit.
Right. We experienced the OxyContin era. We experienced the ecstasy era. We experienced all this and the fentanyl era, where we're at now. We experienced all of it, and it was brutal. So many people our age did not make it because you didn't have a chance in hell. We bred an entire generation of addicts, and like that. I'm not gonna get political. I'm just saying like that. What you're saying, what you're describing is things that contributed and that played a factor answering Angie's question and Laura's question that led you to this thing. But once you're in it,
for sure,
you're like a product. We're a product of our environment. We are responsible, but there are reasons.
Yeah,
we never want to let anybody
else. And then I've also seen another stat, and I can't remember the exact number, but like the DARE program that we all went through in elementary school or whatever.
Yep.
Like I mean, the amount of people that ended up at least experimenting and being on some kind of drug for going through, like I mean. They made that seem, like people were just going to be walking up to us on the street, like, here, smoke this joint, here, snort this line, and like that didn't happen, but still, it made you curious enough to like, ooh, what's this going to do?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't dare me to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to take you up on that kind of deal. Like,
and it's funny,
a good time.
And it's funny throwing that out there, kind of like we're talking, but seriously, like, so, but to me, when I hear that, it's almost another underlying issue where it's like, we want to fit in, right? So you see somebody over there fucking snorting rails in the bathroom coming out like, that whatever. So in your head, it's, well, in your head, it's like, well, I'd like to see what's going on there because they're having a lot of fun. So it's almost a fit in factor too, right? Like, look at me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, and then once,
I thought this was DARE. I was misinformed when I was in school. I thought drugs are really excellent. It's not.
That's where we all fucked up. We took the wrong program.
Yeah, for sure. I think so. But
I remember being like, "Where are the drugs everybody's going to hand me?" I thought they were going to be handed to me,
and it didn't. And it didn't. And I really didn't think about it until I think. It was maybe, I think 2015, 2016, maybe, I think. And I think I'd bought an 8-ball and then we got like our cable and the internet or something cut off or whatever, because I didn't pay that bill instead. And like, I did that a couple different times and I was like, Andrew, you always used to be on top of your bills. Like you fucking always kept everything paid. Like, what the fuck is going on here? And I think I was doing a bottle one night, a glass bottle, and I drew a picture of a guy that looked like he was running because there was a song that came out by, oh my God, DL Downer or somebody. I don't know. It was called I don't know what the name of the song was, but it was like, I'm chasing dragon. This dragon's got my hand. Something, I don't know. I'll have to send the link to y'all later. But anyways. And I was thinking about that and I was like, holy crap. Like, and I drew a picture on a bottle of a guy running and he's got a meth pipe in his one hand and out of the smoke spiraled like a dragon. And I wrote on the other side, I said, chasing the dragon. Can you catch him or something like that? And I looked at that bottle and I was like, yeah, Andrew, we might have a fucking problem here.
Yeah, we might. There may be an issue.
But even still, then I just kind of shrugged it off, and like, so I bought a house in February of 2017. One of the highest points, probably the highest point in my life, other than having my two boys. Like, like to be standing in the driveway with my boys and my old lady at the time, and like my parents, and they're giving me hugs and congratulating me, congratulations, sons, we're so proud of you, blah, 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 like you bought your house, da, 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 and all this stuff, and then 18 months later in October of 2018 to have that house foreclosed because of my addiction, because I would rather go buy bags of freaking meth instead of make my house payments.
Yep.
So I went from one of the highest points of my life and 18 months later being one of the lowest points of my life. And it was somewhere in between there. I think when the foreclosure proceedings actually started, that I was like, all right, Andrew, this is fucking real. Look at what you've done to your life. You know what I'm saying? And it really fucked with me.
You are going to lose these things. You are going to lose this stuff. It's like, like what? Oh my God.
It's
like
funny.
when you go ahead, Brad.
I was just going to say, it's funny how every guest we have, including the three of us, I'm not that I'm speaking for everybody, it seems like everybody that has this disease or has this addiction, we always wait till the very last moment where we've completely fucked everything. It seems like
it's already fucked.
But it's like,
but it's already fucked. And I'm not, but once we get there, like us four right now, like us five right now. So here we are. We've been through these shitty roads. We had some really tough times, not paying our bills, wife leaving, kids, whatever happened. And then we decided we needed recovery because we wanted to own up for our accountability, trade in expectations for acceptance. And once we started doing things like that, we're fucking happy in recovery now. Right? And it's so funny because I know I say that a lot, but like Andrew, I can see it. You live in North or South? North Carolina. And I can see the fucking glow on your face from fucking Canada.
I can feel it from here.
Because how long have you been sober now? Sorry?
27 months today, actually.
So okay, say 27 months without smiling to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. 27
awesome,
fucking months, baby. And so that's my point about what I'm getting at. It's like everybody, this is my favorite part about this show. Everybody we talk to, everybody in recovery, everybody with a little bit of time under the belt has that fucking shit-eating smile, grin on your face, Andrew. And I mean that in a good way. Because you're doing it and you're fucking doing it day by day and you're happy in your recovery. And that's what this is about. Because so if I can't get sober, how can I say this? I fucking love this. Like I said, I went golfing with some boys today. The three of them drank. I drove because I'm the DD now. And I don't mean that in a bad, I could go I could go out and have fun, and it doesn't bother me anymore because I'm fucking
You're alcoholic.
Yeah, but I can recover out loud because I feel good about what I'm doing, and I feel good about the person I am today, which I didn't do 3 years ago. That's where the fuck up was. I wasn't happy with who Brad was, and Brad needed some change. And once I realized that I have a wonderful family in front of me, and recovery is worth it. It's fucking fun. So I just want to throw that. I had to get that off my chest, man.
Way to go, Brad.
All right, we're gonna read our daily reflections together. And
I mean, it really is. Okay, can you hear me now?
No, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. We read.
I'm like, this is only like 30 minutes late, but that's okay.
I couldn't find the goddamn thing. Wow. It doesn't matter. Let's read our daily reflections because I got a text from the rehab that we didn't do that. So
okay, I look cute.
Oh wow, Jim, that's a really nice sexy picture you got in that maid outfit there.
Right?
There you go.
Andy said congrats. Laura said congrats.
I think that's one of my Facebook pictures. Okay, I'll keep this.
Thank you guys. Thank you for all the congratulations.
Oh no, you're not done yet, buddy.
We're not done. We're just rolling through.
Okay, your daily reflapjack for me. The third cleaning house. Somehow, being alone with God doesn't seem as embarrassing as facing up to another person. Until we actually sit down and talk aloud about we have been so hidden, our willingness to clean house is largely hypothetical. Theoretical, not hypothetical. Jesus, I didn't read. 12, page 60. I'm trying to rush through this. I want to hear more of Andrew. He's hilarious, man.
I know, go.
It's not unusual for me to talk to God and myself about my character defects, but to sit down face to face and openly discuss these intimacies with another person was much more difficult. I recognize in experience, however, a similar relief to the one I experienced when I first admitted I was an alcoholic. I began to appreciate the spiritual significance of the program, and that this step was just the introduction of what was yet to come in the remaining 7 steps.
So I
There
did
we
that
go.
on purpose because I wanted to segue and ask Andrew, how do you where do you land on a higher power? Where are you at spiritually? Just wondered.
So that began for me. Okay, we'll back up to kind of like what led me to my spiritual awakening, and and we'll come forward with that. So like,
Yep.
In 2023, pretty much that whole year of 2023, like I was in an argument with myself. Like I had kind of come to like I had accepted that I was more than likely going to die an addict. And I was actually kind of okay with that.
Yep.
You know, my kids had been watching me struggle for like, 10 plus years at that point. And I didn't want them to have to watch me struggle anymore. So if I died from an overdose or from fentanyl poison or whatever, I was kind of okay with that in a way.
Yeah,
But then I ended up like, I was just talking to whoever was listening. If it was God, the universe, whoever. Like I was just like, look, if I'm meant for more in this life than to die an addict, then I need some help from you, because at that point I didn't think that I could go to talk to my supervisor and the people in HR at work and that they would be willing to help me. I figured if I went and admitted that I had a drug problem, that they would be like, oh, well, okay, thanks for admitting that, and just kind of wave me off and like get rid of me or whatever. And I couldn't afford that either.
Sure.
So I was like, I'm going to need some help. Like I need a clean break. Like, please, like if you're out there, if you're listening to me, like help me. In November of 2023, I got that chance. The guy that I'd been dealing with for like over 5 years at that point, like he went to jail on some petty shit, for like 30 days. I got clean for the whole 30 days. I didn't realize at that time that was my clean break that I'd been praying for. So he gets out of jail a month later, a couple of days before Christmas. And he calls me up and he's like, hey man, I just got home, like I need you to come pick me up so we can go run the roads. And I'm like, man, I've been clean for a month. I really don't need to be doing this anymore. Like, I can't help you. Like, he's like, well, if you change your mind, you know where I'm going to be. And like, at that point, you see on cartoons and stuff, like the cartoon characters have like a devil on this shoulder and they'll have the angel on this shoulder, like in their ears about stuff. At that point in my life, I still had a devil on both my shoulders. So of course they win,
Yeah.
And, so of course, a couple hours later, I call him up. I'm like, all right, man, I'm on my way to pick you up. And about 3 or 4 hours later, I'm standing in his bathroom, rolling a bowl, like looking at myself in the mirror, like, Andrew, what the fuck have you just done? Like, you were finally starting to get back to that normal point and you fucked it up. Like this was the chance you wanted and you asked for, and you just fucked it up. So at that point, I was really like, okay, well, it's really meant for me that I'm not going to get clean, that I'm just going to die a fucking addict. So like my point then, my goal was to be so far gone that there was going to be no coming back. Like whether that was mentally, physically, I was going to be dead or like what, or like I just wasn't going to be able to comprehend anything else, live in the freaking nut house somewhere or something,
Right.
And, so at the end of January of 2024, I had met him because it was a weekly occurrence. Like every week, every Thursday I got paid. Like it was like clockwork. All I had to do was text him the night before, hey man, am I good to come see you tomorrow? And he'd be like, yeah, come on. Or like, no, meet me at so-and-so's house, blah, blah, whatever. So I text him on Wednesday night. He says, yeah, meet me at so-and-so's apartment tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. I get there and he's like, give me your money. So I'm going to run down the road, something that I'd done hundreds of times in 5 years of dealing with this guy, and it's always been, like clockwork, like nothing crazy or shady or whatever. Well, this time he decides to go down the road with my money. I gave him $250 for a quarter ounce, and he just decides he's not going to call me back. He stiffs me on that bag.
Been there.
So 3 days go by and I've been blowing up his phone. I've went to his apartment, beat on the freaking door, and I can hear him and his old lady and his kids in the apartment, but they're not answering the door. You know what I'm saying? And like,
I'm coming in.
So I was just like, okay, fuck this shit. You know, I sent him like a freaking book, you know, fuck you, dude. I can't believe you do this to me, blah, blah, blah. Like all this stuff, like I'm done, whatever. Like blocked him and his old lady and like a couple other people that we were all friends on Facebook, like deleted them, blocked them, deleted his numbers out of my phone, blocked them. And I was like, I'm done with this. Like, but I was at such a low point at that time in my life. Like I really was like I had contemplated and I had taken drives that I never intended on coming back from before then. But I was like really at that point where I was like, I don't give a fuck if I go wrap myself around a freaking tree or whatever, you know, but like something told me no, you know, and one of my friends that I'd been friends with high school, her and her fiance were like, look, we're going to send you the names of some places, some recovery places, you know, that are here in this area. Like we need you to at least look into them and pick one and go, like, even if it's for a weekend, so you don't have to miss work, you need to check yourself in, you know, whatever. And they said, you know, we need you to do this. Otherwise we're not going to be able to be your friend anymore because we cannot continue to watch you self-destruct and to throw your, and to keep digging your own grave. Like, you know, you're not, you know, you deserve more than this. We want to see you do better. Blah, 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 blah. And that kind of really, that was a gut punch for me because, you know, when we're in active addiction, you know, we're always used to being able to kind of play people and like, you know, like get what we want, kind of manipulate people and stuff and get them to like jump on the pity party bus.
Co-sign our bullshit.
Yep.
Co-sign our bullshit. I love it.
Yeah. So like whenever they did that to me and stood up to me, I was like, you know, I really didn't know what to think about it, but I was like, do I really want to throw away a friendship of 25 plus years with her and her fiance at the time? Like, you know, do I want to throw away this friendship with them, like over me being stupid and wanting to continue on my own self-destructive way? So I was, and you know, something in the back of my mind was like, you know, Andrew, it's this is your chance right here, you know, like, and this, now I realize this is God telling me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this is, you know, you fucked up your first clean break you asked for a couple months ago. I'm giving you another one.
Right.
So I called a couple of the different places and I ended up with RHA that was in Lenore. The only reason I went there is because there was only like 12 or 13 beds there compared to like 30 or 40 beds at the other place.
Right.
So
that's nice.
And, you know, when you're coming off meth or when you're coming off any kind of dope, like you don't really care to be around anybody because you're like, fuck everybody, you know, kind of mentality. So I was like, at least there, I'm not going to have to deal with a bunch of people. So I signed myself in for 2.5 days. I signed myself out on Saturday because I just had all these epiphanies and all these kind of light bulbs going off in my head. Like God showed me, you know, if you continue on this path, this is where it's going to lead you. And it was freaking in the crematorium, you know what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
Then he showed me the things that could happen if I actually gave recovery a chance, if I actually started not just staying clean, because that's something that they talk about a lot in the program, and that I also talk about, you know, like I've never done 12 steps. I've never done NAAA. That stuff's really not for me. I go to Celebrate Recovery, but that's, you know,
it's okay.
I've worked the steps in my own way, I guess, probably. But like,
absolutely,
that's the thing is like you can get clean, but you're not really fixing the issue, and you're not really doing a whole lot for yourself if you're not actually trying to figure out what made you use, why you kept using, and trying to heal those parts of you that kept you stuck in that guilt and shame and in those lower vibrations. So it was like, you know, Andrew, give this a chance and give it a chance to work. You know what I'm saying? Don't just stop using, but like, you know, but like stop using and actually put effort into trying to have a good life without using drugs. Like,
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And I did.
Totally.
And that was the best decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I signed out and they were like, well, why do you want to leave? Like, you know, you still need to stay in here for another day. And I'm like, no, I've had enough revelations and I've had enough things, you know what I'm saying, have been shown to me that like, I know what I have to do, you know? So like, I'm just wasting time by sitting in here, like wasting away. Like I need to be out there working on my shit and like getting on with my life. And I came home and I hit the ground running, and it's been on ever since. So
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
So
to
That's
to
really
answer the
incredible.
question,
I love that.
my higher power is God, and I've really rekindled my relationship with Him in the last, I would say, 6 to 8 months, probably. I went to a recovery night that was in Forest City, and Rare Breed, he's a Christian rap artist. They had a recovery night at the Forest City Owls. It's a minor league baseball team about 45 minutes from here. And he did a free concert there, and he was talking about the Lord and things like that. And that's kind of what really kind of started leading me back to this. And like, I've been going to CR now off and on for a while. I volunteer at the Hope Center, which is a faith-based men's sober living house that's about 10 minutes from where I live. And seeing how God has worked in these guys' life, and it's a year-long program there too. So you really get some good transformation, and you get a lot of good tools, and some
That's what
soap
you
clean
need.
time under your belt and stuff there too. So like being able to volunteer there and see how God works in their lives and how He's changing their lives, and see the lights come back on and the life come back in their eyes, really helped deepen my relationship and draw me closer to God. And like now
That's
I've
the
been
point of
going
this
back
thing.
to church now for, this was my 3rd Sunday. So like I'm really getting in on all that kind of stuff. And like for me, the last year or so, or since I started rekindling my relationship with God, is like learning how to let go and let God, and me stop trying to control the outcomes all the time, because that's something else that we as humans like to do. We try to do things.
We aren't God. We are God.
Nope, didn't wake
And
up
we
this morning
can't
and say,
hear a
exactly.
message
You know what I'm
if we're
saying?
not
And like
listening
a
for
lot
it.
of times things have to happen on His time, not when we want it, or not when we think we need it. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be on His time. And like,
so there's a couple
being
things
able to
there.
learn that and do that moving forward has been a just phenomenal game changer for me, really.
Boy, I think he's got an extra second delay, Brad. That's what we're he's it's all good. So the reason I shifted it in a God direction, which I rarely do, is because I could tell there's something going on with you spiritually. I don't know. I could just feel that there's another layer to it. And when we interview people who really understand what long-term recovery is like, not oil change recovery. When we really interview people, you could tell, right? You could tell the ones that have figured it out. And like I'm like, I've never heard somebody come on here and say, you know what? I didn't do nothing, and there is no God, and I'm 15 years sober. I got sober because I'm my own higher power. I've never once heard that story ever. And like, so as I heard you start to speak, all 4 of us are like, he's a real one. Yep. Let's keep him going. Let's pump his tires. So like, I can tell that you're actually experiencing real recovery, and people out there don't know what the fuck that is anymore. They don't know what recovery is. They don't know what relapse is. That everything's so defined, everything's so black and white. And we have to have some patience with people, because people have patience with us, and we have the patience with God, because God has had patience with us. Whoever he or she or what they might be, whatever, to each their own. But like, all of us, as cynical or as negative we all have found that there is a meaning to life, and we found it through addiction. Other people find it different ways, but we found something greater than us through this journey. And we're just so like, we feel so responsible to get this message out there in a way where people might actually hear it. Like you can't hear something you're not listening for. People get better for a minute, and they're at this pivotal point of like, and then we try to show them, like at 28 days, they're sitting in a rehab right now. They're looking at us like, what the hell are these guys? We try to show them that like, it's okay. It's fun. It's the doom and gloom and the clean dates and this, that, all that shit means nothing. We need to operate in this fashion because it is working. And you have a great message, and like, to come on here and a fucking rocket shot us. It was like, it's fun. It's fun getting different guests, boys, isn't it? Like, this dude's gonna go down in history.
I'm just blown away. I'm blown away.
He's cool.
And there's a couple things I just want to touch on too, Andrew, that you said that really meant something to me. Like, so you talk about what's it called? It's CR, you call it. So celebrate
recovery.
Right. So I guess what I'm saying is, there's 100 ways to skin a cat. I just want a bald cat. But my point is, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, I'm glad you touched on that, because there are so many. We have so much technology and so much information at our fingertips, like on our fucking phones or whatever. That there are so many different ways to recover. And I was reading something. I think it was Bethany Balser that said it.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to read. Was her comments down there? Yes, Celebrate Recovery is a 12-step, but it's faith-based. But I've only been going for a little while, so like I'm not at that step where I'm like going to do the step study yet, but that's coming up, within the next, before the end of the year, I'll actually be in one of the step study groups and be actually working the steps in order as you're supposed to. Like I've probably worked the steps in the last 2 years of my recovery, but it's been, like I might have done step 1 and 2 and then maybe like 6, 7, 8, and then come back to 4 and 5, or, what I'm saying, whatever. Like,
So what I was going to say, though, Andrew, is that I didn't mean anything by the 12-step. My point is there's so many different programs and so many different things out there that work for certain people. So
for sure.
So it doesn't have we talk about AA stuff and NA stuff and all that stuff, but it doesn't have to be that, and it doesn't have to be NA. It's whatever works for that individual. Yeah. So if that individual is going to CR or AA or NA or Smart Recovery or whatever it may be,
or if you're doing MAT or if you're Cali sober, like whatever works for you, you know what I'm saying? Like there's 1,000 different ways to recover. You know what I'm saying? It's like addiction leads you to this point here.
Right.
But then your recovery, you can go whatever freaking way that you want to, like whichever one helps you live your best life. And I support all of them. And I think, to me, I hate seeing people argue about shit like that in all these sobriety groups
100%.
And in all these recovery groups that are like, oh, if you like for a lot of people that take Suboxone or Sublocade or that do all this kind of stuff, that use like,
I hate those people. I hate them so much.
Yes,
they're the worst.
But all the people that are like, oh, if you use Suboxone, then you're not really in recovery. If you're on methadone, you're not really in recovery. Or like if you have to take meds because you're fucking crazy in the head, like you're not in recovery. Like bullshit. Like
I don't hate
you're
anybody.
taking those as prescribed and as you're supposed to, and it's helping you live your best life. Then fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, good for you. Like, I'm happy for you.
We're at a place where we don't debate it really anymore. It's like,
exactly.
It's just extra shit. It's like, whatever. We don't, if you're, I meant like, I hate people on maintenance because I am, and I was making a joke. I don't hate people that think anything because
I knew what you meant.
Okay. They're just uninformed. Like, people think this, that, and the third, like, go on and do that. But like, I'll throw myself right onto the bus here. I've taken 16 milligrams of Suboxone today, and I have produced a podcast, and I have done so many good fucking things. Do I look like I'm nodding out, boys? Am I sucking my dick here? No,
not at all.
I am.
No window. You're not licking no windows. That's
just saying. So like, that's a stigma. People think like, oh, I take Suboxone, sleeping all day, not doing anything. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Suboxone's giving me a freedom. Like, dude, it gave me a chance to recover. It gave me a chance to take opiates off the table and actually look at myself. And it was not fun to do. And it fucking sucked.
Amen.
But I did that. I did that on Suboxone. And I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know what's happening tomorrow. I just know today I'm not going to get high. And tomorrow I'm not going to get high. And I can't get high for the next 72 hours. So like, that was a tool for me. And and like, it was such a stigma, and I was afraid to talk about it. And then I talked about it, and I talked to so many people on maintenance that directly messaged me, and like they're like, holy shit, there's just a stigma. We're breaking the stigma. We're doing it now, all 5 of us. And
that's
this
exactly
is what we do. We're not here to argue politics or procedures. We're here to fucking show each other that us 4 will show up twice a week, regardless of what's going on, if we can, and we're going to talk, we're going to be vulnerable, and we're going to gain from that. The point, the whole point of all this shit, CRAA, is a spiritual awakening and helping the next guy. That's fucking it. And that's all we need to keep going. That's all I need to keep going. It's a pretty simple recipe. It's just, it takes a million.
We recover out loud for everybody that's still suffering in silence.
Atta boy, and we do.
There you go.
We recovered out. We recovered in silence and suffered for years, and now we have this opportunity. Why would we keep this to ourselves? Because we're afraid of being judged or whatever. Fuck
We
that.
never
I'm not.
cared before about being judged.
Right, exactly. And now all of a sudden, we got a few people. I gotta acknowledge. 'Cause I love my peeps. We're gonna change a few things. Number one, I think we're gonna
Choo choo, baby.
that
Oh, God, that's a throwback right there now.
Choo choo, baby. Choo choo.
Quad City DJs, wow.
Well, I'm surprised you knew the fucking band, to be honest with you. That's amazing. You knew the Quad City DJs. Charlotte Wells, 28 months old.
Charlotte, congratulations to you. That's what's up. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. We love her so much. We have more. Let's see here. Blair Step is 1,029 days silver. I'm aware of what.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Blair, we
Good
love
job.
you. Wow, we just had a lot of comments tonight. Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's just all
71.
What
I'm trying to keep up to everything. Like,
depends on how this goes. It depends on how it goes. Oh, it's lettuce time. 625 days. What the?
Oh, there you go. That's what's up. That's what's up.
It's just, I got
Good job,
Take all of them.
We are changing things around a little bit. I'm in my mind. I see Jimmy handling comments and stuff, and us doing our thing in the
switching
background.
back between two computers.
I know Jimmy's got a whole production studio in front of him. So, but I also just gave all of them emails. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? I gave Will an email and Brad an email, so everybody has an email. It's their first name.
So how do I sign in again?
Oh my
God.
I'm actually hoping
go outside, have a smoke, and it'll be work. There, that's how you work.
Right.
That's how you get your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, turn it off and turn it back on again.
You know
what's funny? I didn't answer, but I do want to say my disease pain scale. I want to share this is a 5 today, and it's like it's because it's nagging at me. Like I just feel it, right? And I'm not going to use. but I'm going to be honest and say, like,
as long as you're feeling it, that means you're alive.
There you go.
There you go. So I'm just saying, like, not every day is a 0.5 for me. Some are, but today wasn't. I don't know. I'm just, I feel better now. I've done the show, but all day today I've been miserable. And that's me and my own addicted mind. 907 days for you know who.
Jennifer
Come on, DJ Horn.
That's me sister.
There it is.
All right, DJ Khaled.
I know. How did you know it was the Quad City DJs? I need to know, like, what.
Because I was born in the 80s, raised in the 90s, man. That's why. Like we used to listen to that in middle school, bro. Like that's
Who sings the song "I Get Knocked Down, but I Get Back Up Again"? I'm never.
That's Chumbawamba.
See, there you go.
Chumbawamba, yeah.
Oh my God, our show just got. We just
shut
got
down
banned for saying Chumbawamba. That was our theme song for 149 episodes, and then all of a sudden Spotify's like,
really? That's pretty messed up.
Yeah, I had to figure it out. Like, why are my shows disappearing? Like, I couldn't.
We mosh pitted to that song at the 8th grade dance. We moshed to that song. Like,
I didn't. I'd rather know. I can't imagine. I just we lived
all
through such
fucked
a
up
weird
on
time.
ecstasy.
The fact that we came out the other side,
there was just high on life back then in 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, there was this kid that weighed like 100 pounds soaking wet, and we were just tossing him up in the air like we'd won the championship. Like it was hilarious. Like it was awesome, man.
Yeah, we are products of a fucking very strange time in history, very technologically
the best time.
I guess,
we were the last generation to live on analog and the first generation to jump into the digital world.
Well, some are still behind.
Yeah, I am a personal IT guy for about 40 different people. Let's see what we got here. Charlotte, Andy says, Andy, Bethany Baszler, you just got to use karaoke. I know, Beth. You think I should try that, Beth? Of course I do that.
In a couple of weeks, too.
I know she is. This is not the Quad City DJs. It's a karaoke version, Bethany Baszler. Oh my God, she's right. She's busted. I know. You learn, but like people started watching us, like all the platforms are like, all right, let's pick you apart. I know, but we're good now. We're smooth sailing, not breaking any copyright laws. We're
not done
yet.
That's
always a plus. Yeah, there's copyright laws are a bitch nowadays. Not done yet. They'll come after your ass. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Oh my God.
How about that one? That one hit home for you?
Heck yeah.
A little bit.
I was on PBS after school every day back in the day on good old public broadcasting.
Channel 13, yeah, hell yeah. All right, what a great show, boys. I want to go around to everybody real quick and just sign off and give Andrew some words of encouragement because he was great. We'll skip fucking just for today.
Okay.
Will, what's up? I know, buddy.
Insulted.
I know. You want to do it? We'll do it. I don't give a fuck. Honestly.
No.
He probably practiced all those big words too.
Well, let's just take a look at this is
Oh my God.
Jimmy.
Okay,
Hold on,
yeah,
there's Will. I don't want to wait that.
Aw.
It was called sharing our
My
brain.
hair was that color about 2 hours ago, actually.
No, I keep
looked like
telling
it.
AI to knock it off.
Totally messed it up.
There's our little boy. Anyway, gratitude. It's good to be grateful. Blah 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 blah. Don't use drugs. And there's the ending one. So what do you have? Do you have anything? Just real quick for Andrew. Like you're the tweaker. Like, how did that hit home with you, William Douglas?
I mean, like
full screen.
It's like
Full screen.
it's like another person telling like they always say. I mean, like you're somebody else telling your story. Like
Yeah.
So I mean, like all the similarities. I mean, like it's it's kind of I can sit here and just nod because it's funny to me because I mean like he tells the story, but all the insight. Like,
Yeah.
what really went on. But I mean, still that's the story. But yeah.
You hear
I mean,
a different
good job.
message,
You-
don't
good-
you? That's what you're saying. I hear it. I know you're talking about. He's telling a story for the masses, and you're hearing a very different specific
because
message.
exactly. Because I mean, like, yeah, that is what happened, but then there's so much more context. But yeah,
I know.
So yeah,
I
it's
know.
just
Awesome.
Yeah, but
Oh,
great
real quick
job.
before you go to Brad.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you for being here. Real quick, guests coming up. We have guests coming up. Yay! Jimmy, go ahead and read.
We
them.
got this upcoming Wednesday in Funk. Now this sounds like a 70s band.
Yeah.
Wednesday the 13th, we have Michael, actually, one of the OGs.
That's Michael Motorcycle.
Michael Motorcycle. The 17th, we have Bethany Ball.
That's our girl.
The 20th, we have Larissa Jeanette.
I believe
And
it. It's pronounced junkie, but I'm just going.
Janky.
Okay,
Janky.
Junky.
Janky, more like it.
I'm
And
a
her spot.
junkie.
And the
I'm sorry.
Junkie. And geez, now you threw me off track.
Rob
And her sponsor Bonita. And then on the 24th, we have Rob Flat. Followed on the 31st, Durand Fritz.
Fritzy.
Yep, I feel like we made up
Puerto
every
Rican
one of those
baseball
names.
player.
I actually couldn't help myself. Didn't I do something stupid with that somewhere?
Durand Fitz
No,
sounds
I
like a
didn't- I
Puerto
didn't
Rican
share that.
baseball player.
I know.
Now play Durand Fitz.
Now batting
Robert.
for
Don't
the
batting.
Chattanooga Lookouts, Durand Fritz. When you talk about a minor league baseball team, just for fun, just humor me. What was the name of the baseball team?
What are we talking about?
Who?
Let him answer. What was the name of the minor league baseball team you referenced, Andrew? You
The Forest City Owls.
See, there it is. That's my point. The Owls. Who names the team the Owls?
It's the Hooters.
The trash.
Forest City
Pandas.
did, I guess. Yeah. Hoo.
I love minor league baseball team names. They're ridiculous. Greensboro Grasshoppers, the Trash Pandas, the River City Trash Pandas.
Really? There's a team called the Trash Pandas?
Yeah, there's
That's
worse than
freaking
that.
awesome.
There's one-
I know. I know.
gotta
You gotta
sign
look.
up.
Yeah, it's funny. We do that bit every once in a while. Bethany says, "Thank you so much, Andrew, for your vulnerability and sharing your story with us. So grateful to catch you live. You are amazing." Laura said all the names sound made up this time around. I know, that's what I said.
Anybody that wants to look me up or connect with me outside of here, yeah, just look me up on Facebook because I'm there. There on it and on Instagram
Yes.
It
and
depends on
YouTube
how
as
much-
well. So
how much you want to connect with us? Like, we'll just add you. You know what I mean? Like, we all kind of do the same thing.
do it.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
over the place. We do a lot of stuff online. Brad, what do you have to say to our boy here?
Well, like I said, there was a couple of great things that I took out of it. Like, so when he was talking about like friends, I just want to share a little story. Like when my wife left me, my kids left me, lost my job, hit my bottom. One of my best friends, and he's still obviously still one of my best friends to this day. He called me and he said to me, "I don't give a fuck if this messes up our friendship or not, but figure your fucking life out." That's exactly what he said to me.
He was your bottom.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But
okay,
he was
okay.
one of those guys, you know what I mean, that I shouldn't say was sacrificing some of our friendship to basically tell me, grow the fuck up. It's smart to fuck up. You're fucking up.
That's
and it's
a real
funny at the
friend.
time, but at the time I was like, no man, everything's okay. Everything's okay. But I look back.
We need
at, like,
that sometimes, though. We need that.
So
So I actually called him about 6-7 months later and was like, dude, I'll never fucking forget that, because he was literally one of the only ones. I shouldn't say it that way, but he was like, figure your fucking shit out. And I needed to hear that. So you don't recover alone, and we don't go through this journey alone. That's what I took from that, Andrew. So thank you for that. Thank you for that,
Andrew. Yep. I got the Rocket City Trash Pandas, the Montgomery Biscuits, the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. I've actually been there. The Savannah Bananas.
The Savannah Bananas are the most renowned one. Yeah, they're all over the freaking place. They're crazy.
The Albuquerque, the Hartford Yard Goats. Gotta love that. Hartford's a shithole.
What is a yard goat? Like what?
I don't know. I'm just saying, if you want to
I know I dated a few.
Yeah. What, minor league baseball players?
No, come on.
No, but their name was Betty. But I got a free. I got a free sweater.
God, that's great.
Jimmy has dated minor league baseball players. Yeah, this is how we kind of do it. The person that just asked you, we are usually an hour, but we just go if it happens.
Oh.
That's it, boys. Jimmy, I
am just blown away. Thank you, Andrew, for accepting our invitation.
Thank y'all for having me, man. I enjoyed it. It's
I got your cell number
been
now,
a blast.
Oh man, you not.
Well, just do us a favor and listen to us. Yeah. That's all. If you want to be on the show, go email Jim at Trash Dash. He'll set you up.
That's me. We're booking into June already.
Yeah, I know, right? He's the reason we're listening to Andrew tonight. He is. I'm not gonna pump Jimmy's tires. He's a piece of shit. But like, other than that,
I am. Please. Leather seats and air conditioning, low mileage, baby. Just like it says at the bottom.
Jimmy is in the background.
Did anybody notice that? No, no one noticed.
I did. First thing I say. You think I didn't notice that, Jimmy? Here, let's just do this real quick. I never thought I'd have a reason to make our names 10 times the size that they allow us to do it, but here it is. Look. I don't know why we would use that. It's so ridiculous. Low mileage, leather seats, AC. Do you have a Carfax report? Because I don't really trust anybody.
And unfortunately, I don't come with power windows. I'm like this.
No, you roll them down.
Oh,
all right. I'm rolling,
Andy
baby.
just said I got a new Facebook. Send me a friend request. This is how we work. Like we all kind of do the same thing, like a little community, but we are not like insular. Anybody can join. Doesn't matter. We're not really
recovery is the connection.
That's connection. It's absolutely, and it opens up doors that we never thought before. So, Andrew, thanks for coming on and spending an hour and a half with us, 2 hours with us. Jesus Christ! But like, you did such a good job. We'll have you back. We usually have like people that we make friends with that want to do it. We have them on once every month or two. Love for that to be you, but
definitely
no pressure.
Sounds good to me, man. You just let me know when, man, and we'll make it happen.
Cool. Well, we're just here.
I got your number, buddy.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Let's go golfing.
Are you kidding?
Road trip, Andrew. Let's go.
Me, Andrew, and Will are smoking meth in fucking Tennessee.
Whoa! We didn't talk about this. We didn't talk about this.
Slow down. Tap them brakes a bit.
Scary, right? That all three of us are like right in a line, but no.
You can go to Meth Mountain.
It's like what is the Appalachian Trail? That's like shit up there, right?
That is the Appalachian, the whole district. You don't want to go there, trust me.
Well, we do appreciate you coming on. Like I said, everybody's got email addresses now.
Both of y'all that are in Georgia, we should figure out somewhere to meet up and hang out sometime or another.
See, he wants to do it already. No, yeah, absolutely, dude. Like,
go
honestly,
camping with them, Andrew. Oh, we
went camping. We went camping.
Camping. Glamping.
And what else?
Glamping.
We had a team meeting last night. Like I just felt like I couldn't fucking say everything I wanted to say. It's like every show. Anything I'm missing, boys? Like our website? No, we're good, right? Everything's good.
Yeah, we're good.
Right. We will see everybody on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm going to be. I will be at corrections. So suck it up.
Will you be corrected?
Well, sorry. I couldn't do it last weekend because the correctional officer was selling drugs.
I know.
Now that it's open for business again, so I gotta
exactly.
I gotta go pack my purse.
If anybody knows what this
is, any clue what it is?
Still don't know.
Anybody
the hell is
has
that
any
supposed
idea
to be?
What that is? I don't know yet. I don't know.
You still hadn't figured it out. Okay.
The most amazing thing I've ever seen. So, all right, everybody. Thank you very much for covering.